Again. Ready? Boom, boom, boom. We are the news now. Where we go, one we go. Come on, guys, let me see you type it. Where we go, one we go. And fight, 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 and fight we will. Fight every day is what we do here on the Matrixxx Groove Hour. Shady Groove is actually running around on a plane back to his home state, because he was at the rally last night and sitting in for Shady Groove. I wanted to bring on a very special co-host that's been helping a lot lately. He's got his own new show, Christian Supreme. Christian, welcome to the Matrixxx Groove Hour.
Thank you so much, man. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yep, you're 5'5".
All right, awesome. Just amazing time to be alive. Like I said, very honored. Thank you for having me on the show as a guest host today, and just super excited.
Yeah, man, and thank you very much for being here. So just so you guys know, Christian has a new show out. We're going to drop that for you. We're going to take a look at that real quick. We also have a Facebook group, and thank you to Christian Supreme for helping out with that, because I just can't do everything, and it's been really hard to trust people nowadays, and I've really gotten to know you, sir, and I have a lot of respect for you. Thank you very much. So this is the Facebook page right here. It's the Matrixxx Groove Hour, guys. If you're on Facebook, let's use their tools against them, and that's what we're doing here, right here on Facebook. You know, people on Facebook need red pilling too. Here's the Facebook group right here, guys. If you guys are on Facebook and don't really care, go ahead and get out there and check it out. We've got what do we got? We've got 1,100, 1,200 members. That can be a lot bigger, can it? We can get a lot more people on that. What do you think, Christian?
Definitely can.
And so now Christian is actually helping out with a lot of the posts, and we're going to be engaging. I stopped in there last night too. You probably noticed that. So I also do post on there too, and come hang out with you guys as well. So here we go, guys. This is some Q posts. We're going to go over those. Christian, what do you think?
Sounds like a plan.
You ready? All right. So this is my Q thread for 2/20/20. So 02/20/20. This will be my thread for all Q posts for Thursday, February 20th. Let's go. And let's hear the president kick it off as well.
Let's go. They said, let's go. Charging forward. Boom, boom, boom.
Thank you, Mr. President. We are ready. We serve at the pleasure of the president. Thank you very much, sir. This was very interesting. This is Q Post 3875. Interesting. We were talking yesterday on the the show that, remember they changed the Q map titles, and I'm like, well, I don't really like titles too much because I think that it should only be Q, and that's why I started my own Q post site, because it's like, you know, the hand of man, if you will, is changing the titles, and as you know, you can have multiple meanings. You can, you know, that day, it's hard to put a title because news unlocks map, future proves past, and all that. So I don't really like the titles, even though I do use QMap. This is not a diss on anybody or anything. I want to make that perfectly clear because I use QMap too, okay? And go support them if you can. But it's interesting that Q used this post off the Matrixxx.com/Q posts, Monday 7/8/19, and it says, Les Wexner, founder of Victoria's Secret, connect the dots, Q. But what's interesting is the reason why we closed our Q post site is because the numbering was messed up, and we're going to get into that in a second. And I think that means something. Maria, Danielle, you can turn up your volume because we're 5'5". Thank you very much. And yes, this pissed off not Anons, shills, Sparky. By the way, here we go. So it's Epstein, Wexner. The story goes much deeper, darker, and it leads to Sapna's Twitter page, 27 Sparkle, we love you. There's the actual post that came into the Q board right there that he attached. This is Victoria's Secret has been under a microscope for its outdated marketing and the L Brands CEO's Epstein connections. More than 30 people are also described an entrenched culture of misogyny, bullying, and harassment. Now, these are the guys that support the Republican Party, because since they're talking about misogyny, right, Christian?
Yes.
Right?
No,
it's the Democrat Party, right? Because we've all learned what term? What is the term that we've learned? Projection.
Yes.
Okay, right on. Jennifer, good morning from Oregon. Good morning from Florida. Wexner is selling everything out. Right, so Viacom just went down too. I was talking with my L9 friends over there. And hey, L9, hope you're listening. Much love to you guys. So this is... the article, and it's actually a thread, so let's kind of go through this thread. This is Angels in Hair, the culture of misogyny inside Victoria's Secret. All right, and this is a Times investigation. Look at this, guys. Oh my gosh. That's a scary picture, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty scary, pretty evil looking.
Right? So this is Angels in Hair, the culture of misogyny inside Victoria's Secret, a Times investigation, which is interesting. The New York Times did this February 1st, 2020. It's a Times investigation found widespread bullying and harassment of employees and models. The company expresses, quote, regret. So Victoria's Secret defined femininity for 4 million women. It's a catalog for fashion, shows that were popular touchstones for all models, landing a spot as a quote-unquote angel, but all but guaranteed international stardom. But inside the company, 2 powerful men presided over an entrenched culture of misogyny, bullying, and harassment, according to interviews with more than 30 current and former executives, employees, contractors, and models, as well as court filings and other documents. Janice, yes, the rats are scurrying. Thank you very much. That's Janice Linton. Thank you so much, Janice Linton. So Ed Rasnick, for decades, is one of those top executives for L Brands and the parent company of Victoria's Secret, was the subject of a repeated complaints about inappropriate conduct. He tried to kiss models. He asked them to sit on his lap. He touched one's crotch ahead of 2018 Victoria's Secret fashion show. Isn't that grabbing them by the... so Democrat supporters are grabbing people by the... So executives said that they had alerted Leslie Wexner, the billionaire founder and chief executive of L Brands, about the deputy's pattern of behavior. Some women who complained and faced retaliation. One model, Andy Muiz, said Victoria's Secret had stopped hiring her for its fashion shows after she rebuffed Mr. Razek's advances. Huh. Look at these two. Leslie Wexner left and Ed Razek, 2 men who steered Victoria's Secret right there. The atmosphere was set at the top of Raznick's, the chief marketing officer, was perceived as Mr. Wexner's proxy, leaving many employees with the impression he was invincible, according to current and former employees. On multiple occasions, Mr. Wexner himself was heard demeaning women. Quote, what was most alarming to me as someone who always raised an independent woman was just now ingrained in this behavior, says Casey Crow Taylor, a former public relations employee at Victoria's Secret, who said she had witnessed Mr. Raznick's Razek's conduct. This abuse was just laughed off and accepted as normal. It was almost like brainwashing. And anyone who tried to do anything about it wasn't just ignored, they were punished. The interviews with the models and the employees added to the picture of Victoria's Secret as a troubled organization, an image that was already coming into focus last year when Mr. Wexner's ties to the sex criminal, dun dun dun, Jeffrey Epstein became public. Mr. Epstein, who managed Wexner's multi-billion-dollar fortune, and we Anons already knew this. We dug on this a long time ago. So Mr. Epstein, who managed Wexner's multi-billion-dollar fortune, lured young models by posing as a recruiter for Victoria's Secret models. L Brands, the publicly traded company that also owns Bath and Body Works, is on the brink of high-stakes transition. I think we got to, look at all the L Brands companies and maybe boycott them. What do you think, Christian?
I would definitely say yes to that. Yep. 100%.
Yep, I agree too, man. I agree. So let's go back. So that's that article. That's the gist of that article. Let's go back to the actual thread here. And there is more here. So this culture was presided over current L Brands chief executive Les Wexner, 82, and recently departed chief marketing officer Razek, who was 71, who oversaw the annual fashion show. According to current and former execs, employees, contractors, models, court filings, and other docs, employees have struggled to steer VS away from, quote, porny image. At a meeting, one employee was asked Mr. Wexner that what he thought about the retail industry's embrace of different body types. He said, "Nobody goes to a plastic surgeon and says, 'Make me fat,' as per two attendees." Again, Mr. Razek was subject of repeated complaints about inappropriate contact from our story. He tried to kiss models and asked them to sit on his lap. He touched one's crotch ahead of the Victoria's Secret show. Grab him by the... it's coming back. It's a boomerang, guys. This is what you call a boomerang. L Brands didn't dispute any of the New York Times reporting. A statement from its independent directors ended with, "We regret any instance where we did not achieve this objective and are fully committed to continuous improvement and complete accountability." End quote. Greg Baker, keep up the awesome work. Where we go, one we go.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much. Yeah, it is all. These tweets just skim the surface. There's a ton in here, and I hope you read it. New York Times. Proud to have worked on this with such a talented, brilliant team. Greenberg, Stewart, Krautsman, some other guys, right? So there you go. So very interesting. There's Cutter. I like that one. That's awesome. And there we go. Q sent me. These are the Q sent me's, guys. And that's how we go. Look at the L Brands. Look at them. Past 5 years, they are going down. And deservedly so if you're running it's a deep, dark, right? So Q says, Epstein, Wexner, the story goes much deeper, darker. And I'm thinking that it might lead to trafficking and much more. Epstein Island, cough, cough, wheels up. Right. This was today, just before the show. Thank you, Bakers. I thought it was very interesting that Q said thank you, Bakers, and dropped the dough. This is the paste bin dough. I thought it was very interesting that was actually posted public. Can bake one more or defer. So Q says, thank you, Bakers. The best is yet to come. Regarding MSM, when facts and truth are not on your side, what tactics must be deployed? P.S. What visibility happens hidden rats during a fire? Q. What do you think of that statement? Hidden rats.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. That's what they are.
Yeah.
They're rats. They're lying. They've been lying to us, and just I don't know. It's a crazy situation that's going on. But they've been pointing. It's been pointing a lot to this MSM. The mainstream media and everything, especially through timestamps and stuff like that I do, have been, just pointing to the fake news, pointing it out, everything that they're doing.
It's interesting, right? So is Peter struck? Is that P.S. Peter struck? What visibly happens hidden rats during a fire? So what happens? Don't they come scurrying, right? They come scurrying out. They come running right out. So the rats are being exposed, in my opinion. I think that's what you were kind of getting at as well. And Rebecca says, dirty rats. Yeah, what about Nexium, Carrie? That's a great question because they're all connected. This is all Epstein. This is rats eat their own babies, says Kiwi Patriot. Karen Reeves says MSDNC. I love it. Victoria up for sale, according to some of the things here. Great conspiracy, says Kiwi Boom. Very interesting comments out there in chat. If you're not out here, if you're watching the video just on your TV, come to the live chat where our awesome mods out there actually drops the sauce, we call it, of actually what's happening, guys. So very, very cool. I missed this one in my thread. This is Nate Kane. I forgot to cover this one, guys. To those who think there will never be justice, think again. Real Donald Trump seemed pretty confident tonight. I hope you're going to be happy. That implies he has knowledge that something is coming. Let's listen to this, Christian.
Hillary spent at least 3 times more than we did and lost. Crooked as hell. She's crooked as hell. We have a double-sided justice. It's very unfair what's going on. Very unfair, but let's see how it all works out, folks. Let's see how it all works out. I hope you're going to be happy. I hope you're going to be happy because there are a lot of dishonest slime balls out there. Dishonest scum. Dirty cops. A lot of dirty cops. And by the way, the FBI... those guys in that are incredible, but the ones on top, they were absolute scum. And what they were trying to do, if that happened to Obama or a Democrat, or especially a liberal Democrat, they'd be in jail for 50 years, and it would have taken place 2 years ago already. They spied on our campaign, remember that. And after they spied, we won. And then after we won, they tried to get us out of office. It's never happened before in the history of our country. And we can't let that happen. We can never, ever excuse it. We can never let them get away with that.
No. Amazing, right?
Never let them get away with it.
Wow. And I'm going to do Q sent us because I forgot. I didn't see this one. This was like 6 in the morning, guys. So I didn't actually see it. I'm going to send them our Matrixxx Groove Hour so they can come join us. If they see it, right? So Q sent us. And this is you guys, man. Man, I missed this one. Sorry about that, guys. I will get it into the thread. But we got it here. We got it here on the live show. So see that right there? 6:59. I missed that one. Did I miss another one? Nope, 2:18. Nope, I'm good. Wow, so I just missed one, guys. Let's go on to the next Q post right here. Let me cruise down. And, oh, by the way, former Ohio State wrestlers call for an investigation into Jeffrey Epstein, Wexner family. Imagine that, guys. And this was posted, This article was posted on Monday, February 10th. The Ohio State University, Columbus, Ohio, a group of former Ohio State wrestlers who said they were abused by the team's doctor, Richard Strauss, is asking Ohio Inspector General to investigate the school's connection with Jeffrey Epstein. Go Buckeyes! You know, have we heard about any other big football schools or wrestling schools or sports schools that have had any issues with, sex trafficking and
yeah.
Which one? Do you remember?
Penn State.
Penn State.
I'm a big football fan. That blew my mind, and that was something that I started when I heard that. I mean, I was already thinking, the government was against us and all that, but then when I heard that, I was like, how did so many people just turn their head to this guy?
Right.
And not even really care. It seemed like what was going on until it finally got exposed, and then all of a sudden they're all but that was crazy. And then to know that his house, did you know, I mean, I'm sure you heard this, but his house, Sandusky's house, his backyard was a recess for like
Yes.
recess for a
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, he was right behind the school watching kids play on the playground. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. And also there's a Sandusky, Ohio, which is interesting. Also, with the Penn State, that happened in the middle of the day in one of the largest football team's locker rooms with little boys, guys. Also, Merck, the CEO of Merck, had to come in and help them. So now you've got the pharmaceutical, you've got Jeffrey Epstein, you've got their foundation for boys to play football over there. I wonder what kind of foundations are here at Ohio State. And remember, what is that? Kucinich was going, he's from Ohio too. And he knew when McCain got put to death. Remember that? So this is all a big cover-up, guys. This cover-up is just disgusting, folks. This Epstein cover-up. Everything is Epstein. He was so rich. West Palm Beach is Epstein. You know? It's crazy, guys. It's crazy.
What Cappy tell us?
Yeah. Prove me wrong.
Exactly.
So given these public allegations against Mrs. Wexner, it is extremely difficult for us to comprehend why Ohio State University maintains its relationship with Abigail Wexner and her family, particularly in light of the history of damning sexual violence issues on campus and those same issues involving the Wexler family and its companies, and both their relationship with the notorious Jeffrey Epstein. Wow. So this is getting bigger, guys. Bigger and bigger. So this allegation, Farmer filed a lawsuit in 2019 that alleges Epstein and another woman sexually assaulted her inside of Wexner's New Albany mansion in the summer of 1996. Here's that article, guys. Monday, July 8th, 2019. Here's the lawsuit filed in New York federal court. There it is. They asked me to come into the bedroom with them, and he proceeded to sexually assault me against my will. I fled from the room and called the sheriff's office, but did not get any response. The Wexner security staff refused to let me leave the property. I pleaded with them, and my father drove up from Kentucky to Ohio to help me. I was held against my will for approximately 12 hours until I was ultimately allowed to leave with my father. Guys, these people are sick.
Very sick. That's
right.
And how people just, obviously, you just read it. The sheriffs they knew. They knew what was going on, or they knew they wasn't going to be able to do anything. One of the two.
They knew. It is sick. Esther Holland says, sick. Drip, drip, drip. These predators are gonna pay, says Jacqueline Horgan. Absolutely. Sandy says he's all connected, right? Just like the C_A. They're all connected. They're all trying to hide their crimes by attacking our President of the United States, folks.
In effect, attacking us.
And attacking us. And now we're going to get into that right here. So Q post 3887. Christian, why don't you do the honor and read this post for us?
All right, Q post 3877. Here we go again. What happens when billion-dollar media companies attack and miss? All for a few thousand followers? All for a conspiracy? A public awake is their greatest fear. Q.
Interesting. Very interesting. So here we go again on the chans. Gonna dox all the good people that I can. Everybody that they're saying is bad on the chans turns out to be good on the chans. The chans are compromised. And we might even do a little tutorial on how to get onto the chans today for you guys. That will come with a warning, though. But here it is. I got there within 14 retweets and 24 likes. You see that, Christian? So this is a German mass shooter talked about conspiracy theory that sounds a lot like QAnon in the Trump world. Imagine that. Fake news, guys. These guys are sick. So let's go over to O. Willis on Twitter. There he is. A German mass shooter talked about the conspiracy theory that sounds a lot like QAnon in the Trump world. Here we go. This is the American Independent. And there's the picture right there of somebody mourning. So a German man shot and killed 9 people in the Frankfurt suburb this week in attacks that appear to have been motivated by the far-right beliefs. How many times are we going to have to fight this, guys? How about we saw QAnon's actually helping a vet down, and our president retweeted it to show you that we're peaceful. We had bikers for Trump. Yep. Go ahead.
It's so dumb. I mean, it's so dumb, and it's so obvious. That's the thing. It's so obvious about who's the violent party. If there is a violent party, but look at Antifa. Look at the left is the violent ones, not us.
That's right.
But they're wanting to project it on us, and it's just ridiculous. And this guy sounds like, he doesn't say anything about the guy even says anything. He's just saying it sounds like a QAnon guy. Sounds
like. It actually sounds like what we're learning today. I mean, we're seeing that Wexner and his CEOs are grabbing people by the. That's projection, right? So is this projection? Have we all learned the term projection? Damos is saying in the Matrix, the last sentence of this article states the exact opposite. So let's go ahead and check this out. So this is German gunman calling for complete extermination of many races, kills 9. So what does where we go, one we go all mean, guys? Does this mean a complete extermination of many races, guys? Is that what that means to you? Do you know that there are people that actually, are upset with the Catholic Church with all the pedophilia, but they still believe in God, Christian?
100%.
Do you believe that there are good Muslim people out there? All 100%. Guys. The radicalized Islamists that were set up by the deep state are the bad ones, but Muslim people are good. I know several. Blacks for Trump. Do you think those people are bad guys? Are they wanting to call for the complete extermination of many races? How about Latinos for Trump? Are they calling for the complete extermination of many races? Logic, folks. Logic. Is Antifa calling for the silence and extermination of many races?
Yes, that's what I was just about to say.
Right.
It seems like the other side is calling for that, not us.
Learn the term projection. Guys, if you guys believe where we go one, we go all means all. Patriots have no skin color, honest content. That's right. Press 17 if it means all, guys, and you realize that it's all. Because there's people out there that say only in my boat people are going, and these are Christian people. They don't like the Muslim religion, but you know what? There's 1 billion Muslims out there, and only 10% are radical Islamicized, right? Like they're radicalized, right? That's what we've got to know. We know that there's people in the Catholic Church and Christians that are also radical, right? We know this, but that does not mean everybody's bad. They try to group everybody, right? And that's what we've got to learn. We've got to learn it's easier to control groups than it is individuals. And there are individuals within each organization, each religion, each whatever group, even the Dems, they're good. There's some good ones there, guys. I mean, that's what we got to understand. Where we go one, we go some. Right, Christian? Oh, wait. I meant all. Not some. I work for Iranians, absolutely. The Iranian people want freedom. They are trying to get freedom, guys. Now, remember the protests just before the Soleimani death, right? They were protesting the mullahs in Thanksgiving, but we forgot about that. The mainstream media wanted you to forget about that. So, police are inspecting a video believed to have been posted by a gunman. Where was that posted, huh? Facebook? Are they taken down yet? A 43-year-old German who posted a manifesto because, who in their right mind posts a manifesto? What is this manifesto crap, Christian?
Right. When did that start? Well, actually, it started. Remember when that guy? I can't remember his name, but it was a guy. He was an ex-Marine. This was like maybe in 2014, and he was running around just killing, but it seemed like certain people that were connected.
Right.
I think his first name was John. I actually made a video a while back about it. That was the first time I've ever heard of somebody writing a manifesto. I mean, I've heard of manifestos before, but like recently,
Right.
You know what I mean? People writing manifestos, and obviously, like you said, people that write manifestos are not in their right mind.
I think the FBI and CIA writes these manifestos, in my opinion. Yeah, the Unabomber, Linda Hostler. That's the Unabomber was the first time I think in my life that I heard of a manifesto. The Unabomber. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's all MK. It's all set up. That's right, Sue. It's organized. It is.
But yeah, I totally agree. The CIA, especially now, they're the ones writing these manifestos trying to say, I mean.
Yep. Sparky says trying to set you up to believe a story. Absolutely, Sparky. Mike Hess agrees. Steven says, can you say false flag? Absolutely. And remember, false flag manifestos always. Yes, they're MO. Now, remember that false flag does not mean that people were injured or hurt or harmed or killed. Yeah. All right, so this is it. Christian, let's keep going. So this is the German, 43-year-old German who posted a manifesto written by the CIA for the complete extermination of many races, cultures in our midst. Shot and killed 9 people. That's an interesting number, too, if you understand the symbolism of that. Of foreign background, most of them Turkish. In an attack on a hookah bar in Frankfurt suburb.
Okay, so all you have to do is read that first paragraph. And if you have any knowledge of what Q says, you know that this isn't a Q follower.
That's right. That's right. Because, I mean, Turkish... he was later found dead in his home along with his mother, and authorities said that they were treating the rampage as an act of domestic terrorism. The gunman first attacked the hookah bar and neighboring cafe in Hanu about 10 p.m. Wednesday, killing several people, then traveled 1.5 miles, opened fired again, first on a car and then a sports bar, claiming more victims. The bloodshed came amid growing concerns about far-right violence in Germany, has stepped up efforts from authorities to crack down on it. Oh, see? Problem. Oh, QAnon, far-right conspiracy theories. They're killing people because they don't believe in where we go when we go all. Reaction. What are you, government, going to do for us? You got to keep us safe. I just happen to have the solution right here. And it's more loss of your rights. Stand up, Germany. Come on. All right. Chancellor Angela Merkel said the shootings exposed the poison of racism in Germany, and she pledged to stand up against those who seek to divide the country. There's much more to indicate that the perpetrator acted out a far-right extremist racist motive, she says, out of hatred of people with other origins or other faiths or a different appearance. Now, there are people within our movement that are attacking people of other faiths, and that's why we need to call for unity. Hookah
100% unity.
100% unity. Hookah lounges are places where people gather to smoke flavored tobacco from Middle Eastern water pipes. And Metin Khan, who knew many of the victims, said it was obviously why the gunman chose the neighborhood. Look, a hookah bar there, a gaming parlor there, a doner kebab place there. It is frequented by immigrants, he said. Why this hatred towards foreigners? We all get along here. Now, there is a big issue where Angela Merkel let in a lot of, refugees, if you want, people that were forced out of their homeland and forced to live somewhere else, right? And a lot of the people in Germany are absolutely disappointed in that, I would think. So, this could be a product of Angela Merkel's own policies, correct? It has nothing to do with QAnon.
Right, nothing to do with Q.
Right.
At all.
So Germany's federal prosecutor, Peter Frank, said that all 9 people were killed of foreign backgrounds and 6 others were injured, one seriously. And, pray for those victims, guys, because this is not it. Okay. So Kader Rose, who ran the... I'm just reading the comment there. I'm sorry. Let's go all the way down to the bottom of this because they're basically trying to blame it on us. On the website, Rathan wrote he was born in Hanu in 1977 and grew up in the city, later training with a bank and earning a business degree. So this is, let's see, in his manifesto, he made one reference to Trump, writing, "I doubt that Donald Trump knowingly implements my recommendations." He suggested that mind control might be at work. Let's see. He made no reference to the far QAnon movement in the United States, but the message was similar to the movement's central baseless belief that Donald Trump is waging a secret campaign against enemies in the deep state and a child sex trafficking ring run by this. See, They're calling by the. Look at how they're saying this. I don't know if this is a translation issue, but let me read this to you. He made no reference to the far right wing QAnon movement in the United States. Period. The end. Okay. Don't tie it to us. Fake news. But the message was similar to the movement's central baseless belief, that Donald Trump is waging a secret campaign against enemies in the deep state and a child sex trafficking ring run by Satanists and cannibals.
like you said, it should have been period after United States. How you're just connecting this stuff? You don't even. This guy don't even know who QAnon is.
No,
or not know who, obviously, but don't know what it's even about, obviously, or just is saying whatever to put it out as fake news.
Right.
That's really what's happening.
So here we go. Here we have this post talking about sex traffic ring, Wexler and Epstein. So fake news, you're fake. We know. Press 45 if you guys know. I mean, this is absolute. The rats are scurrying, guys. They are panicking. And basically prayers to the people that lost their lives from the failed policies of Angela Merkel in Germany.
Definitely.
So here we go. This is billionaire Leslie Wexner refuses to reveal the full scope of Jeffrey Epstein's alleged multi-million-dollar theft. Leslie Wexner was the founder of L Brands, which owns Victoria's Secret. Look at this, guys. Wow. January 23rd, 2020, guys. Leslie Wexner, the billionaire founder of L Brands retail empire, who in 2019 accused disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein of misappropriating vast sums of his personal fortune more than a decade earlier, has so far refused to reveal the full scope of that alleged multi-million-dollar theft. The founder letter is the extent of our comments on the subject, the spokesperson told ABC News. There's Leslie Wexner with his wife Abigail, and they're at an event in Columbus, Ohio.
Wow.
Okay. These people are sick. So he met Epstein in the mid-1980s, according to the aforementioned letter, in his foundation through friends, quote, who vouched for and recommended him as a knowledgeable financial professional. And Epstein ultimately took over managing Wexner's personal finances. Epstein created his own methodology that he only wanted to work with billionaires, says Bob Matrixxx, who has covered Wexner for many years as the editor of the independent newspaper Columbus Free Press. Here was an actual billionaire. Wexner trusted Epstein so completely that in July 1991, Wexner gave Epstein's power of attorney over his personal fortune, which Wexner acknowledged his letter gave Epstein wide latitude, and that's in quotes, to act on behalf of one of the richest men in the world. And there's Carol Mack, Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell. Wow. That's a Mac. Don't we have a Mac? Tweet, what's that Mac from Small World or whatever it's called? Allison Mack. There's Carol Mack. Now you got your Nexium. Now you got your Epstein. Now you got your mainstream news. Wexner, Victoria's Secret, L Brands, Allison Mack. That's right. Blackmail works so well, says Karen Reeves. Lex didn't trust him. He got caught up in blackmail. Well,
exactly.
You think?
That's what I was going to say as well.
But I was also reading that he was also touching little girls too, and people at his mansion couldn't leave. So is that just blackmail, or did he knowingly touch people and forcefully hold people against their will? Are we just going to let him get off? Go? It's just blackmail. I'm not letting him off.
Exactly. I think he knew he was doing it, but I mean, obviously Epstein knew how to. I think Epstein knew it was happening, and then he figured out who was doing it, and then they would blackmail, there from there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I get that. Now look at this. Viacom, the media company, crashes most in a decade after revenues shortfall. I actually think this is cutting the ties by our president. I was talking to somebody that quacks like a duck, looks like a duck, is a duck, from L9, hat tip to L9, mud duck. Viacom media company crashes most in a decade after revenue shortfall. So do you think that our president cut the strings that the federal government was giving these guys? That's my question. Interesting, right?
That is a very steep drop.
Look at that. That's like a dead cat bounce.
Right. I have a little trading background, and that is a very steep, quick drop.
Is that so? What do they call? Is that like a dead cat bounce? No, is that what they call that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's go look on the Q post for dead cat bounce. Let's look for words. DEADCAT. Maybe it's going to be. It's probably 2 words, right? I was thinking dead cat from. Sorry about that, dead cat. And let me put that in quotes. And we will get dead cat post now. All right, so extreme effort to kill login devices, extreme efforts to censor, extreme efforts, dead cat bounce, enjoy the show, bring the rain. Q, desperate agencies do stupid things. Dead cat bounce. You may have the site, but we have the source. Panic is good. Panic is right. July 2018, the month the world discovered the truth. Conspiracy no more. Time to feed. Very interesting. Here's another one. Dead cat bounce. Nothing can stop this. And this is talking about McCabe. Says Trump's own words, among reasons of top officials decide to open a counterintelligence probe, obstruction of justice into him, guys. So I like to see things like, look at this. Here we go. The Bridge, 187, Bridge 2, Snowden, Clowns, The Link, Google, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Russia, ICBM Tech, HRC, Open Source, SAP, JP, TP, highest levels of USG, U1, NK. Why would Russia tell the world? Why? Why is Seth Rich back in the news? Why? Why is Sessions acting weak? Why? IG report, no legit leaks. MSM staging narrative. IG appointed by Sessions for? Why? Why? Enjoy the show. Dead cat bounce, guys. Wow. Pretty interesting.
That's very interesting.
Also, breaking news, Roger Stone sentenced to 3 to 4 years and months.
Friend and a Republican consultant has just been sentenced to a little more than 3 years in prison, 3 years and 4 months in federal prison. Stone was convicted in November on 7 counts, including lying to Congress and obstructing Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation of alleged interference by Russia in the 2016 election. Let's start with Weijia Jiang at the White House. Weijia, the president has been tweeting about Roger Stone. He is on record as saying Stone was being treated unfairly in the run-up to today's events. So now that the sentence has been pronounced, any reaction from the White House?
Well, Jim, that's exactly why we are anticipating President Trump to react to this sentence at any moment. After all, just this morning, he tweeted that his friend was treated unfairly because he claims others who have lied, such as former FBI Director Jim Comey and former Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe, were not charged, even though the president says they lied as well. And you're right, he has been talking at length about this case for the past week or so, tweeting about the jury, the judge, and the recommended sentence that career prosecutors suggested, which was 7 to 9 years in prison. And here's why it matters, because after the president weighed in on that, Attorney General William Barr intervened, and he pushed for a lighter sentence than those prosecutors, which really has him in the hot seat over at the Department of Justice. And he continues to insist he does not carry water for the president, despite appearances and despite criticism. And so now the big question is, what will President Trump do? Will he pardon Stone and other friends turned felons, such as his former campaign manager, Paul Manafort, who the judge in this case just referenced as she was sentencing Stone? The president just pardoned and commuted several sentences 2 days ago. So, Jim, that fuels speculation that Stone could eventually receive the same gift.
Weijia Jiang at the White House, where I'm sure there will be more news today. Of course, Weijia, while you were speaking, we showed a graphic. In fact, there it is right now, which shows a number of sentences being pronounced by Judge Amy Jackson Berman. I want to point out that those sentences will be served concurrently, not consecutively. So that's where we're getting this 3 years and 4 months from. Our coverage will continue.
Interesting, right? So funny how they said all these people that supported Trump turned felons. By the way, I don't. What are your thoughts on this, Christian? Let's get what you're talking. take on this is. Oh, must have lost you. Did I lose you? Anyways, I think this is actually pretty ridiculous. I'm not a big fan of Roger Stone. But I wanted to also point out about Blagojevich, right? He actually had FISAs opened. He actually had this huge 8-year term or whatever it was. It was long. And he's actually calling himself a Trumpocrat. I mean, we are.
Yeah, that's my bad. I was muted out.
You got it. No problem at all. But isn't this interesting that, I have a feeling, so Roger Stone and Flynn, in the news, Blagojevich actually did nothing wrong, didn't break any rules, but the Dems, he probably has dirt on, Obama, right?
Well, right. And the thing is, Roger Stone shouldn't even have been investigated.
Right.
If it wasn't for the Russia hoax, he wouldn't even have been investigated. So if the Russia hoax is a hoax, then...
So Brad Umholt says, no pardon.
Out,
Yeah, Brad agrees with you. He says, no pardon necessary. Illegal FISA will retract the case. Great comment. That's exactly kind of what you said.
Right,
yes, James Farmer, I do believe he is. Yes. Blagojevich. Thank you, Fret Fingers. I love you, man. You guys help me out a lot. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, I believe Blagojevich was an issue, right? Like, set up. So those are your posts so far today. 2/20/20. What do you think of that, Christian? Wow.
Yeah, I had some people sending me that this morning. It's 2/20/20 today.
Right.
I guess it's because it's all 2020. But
this is not. You have another site, Christian, too, right? This is your regular site. What's your other site? I guess we got the wrong site here.
Black, white, no difference.
So it's BLK.
BLK.
WHT.
WHT. Yeah, no difference.
DI. Look at you're censored too. Look at that.
Oh, dude, I'm so censored. It's ridiculous.
So there's Black, White, no difference, guys. He's doing shows every Wednesday and Saturday?
Yeah, Wednesday and Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. And basically, what we're doing, me and my friend Eric Thompson, it's for his people. That's what we came up with the idea about, because we're talking on the phone. All his friends and family members and everything are basically Democrats. They still believe in the fake news and everything like that. And, so basically we're doing this show and showing people, breaking things down on how the media is so fake, on different things. Like yesterday we talked about Donna Brazile, where in 2016, she had a leaked email come out that she was talking crap about Obama's economy, saying that, yeah, there's jobs, but it's all low wage paying jobs. They're all, people are paying half of what they're making, they're paying towards rent and things like this, to where I think it was Tuesday, she's on the 5 talking about agreeing that Obama's the reason for this, for the economy right now and things like that. And it's like, wait, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. And we're just trying to wake people up that aren't awake to the media and the lies and everything like that. So if you have some, if you're out there, I know most people that are on watching this show are pretty much everybody. We're the most red-pilled audience out here. Understand that. But if you have friends, family that need to see things broken down, and shown how they're using the media to basically keep us down, this is basically the show for those type of people.
Yeah, and you're doing a great job. And Eric doesn't really know much about QAnon yet either, right? Is that
right? Not much. I mean, he's starting to learn a little bit about it. I'm debating on whether or not if we're gonna bring that out. I don't know if I want to bring that out right away, because of the audience we're trying to hit, and I think that might, really.
I think it's genius. It's genius.
Right.
I think what you're doing is genius. And Eric is really doing a great job. I'm really liking him a lot. And the way you two groove together, too. Also, I want to, real quick, if you want to say some words on your show, we got a lot of people that are subbing out there right now, so hopefully you'll get some more views and some more people checking you out.
I definitely appreciate that so much. Yeah, I mean, that's what we do, basically. I don't know what else to say. I mean, just like, I mean, the other day with Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade's doing all this stuff last week, talking about, you know, his son is now his daughter or whatnot, and going on the Ellen show. It's one thing if he's doing that on the side, but then you're going to go on the Ellen show and tell people, your followers, your friends, people that actually look up to you, that what you did was bring your child to the cast of Pose, which is a bunch of LGBTQ people that's running around doing all kind of crazy stuff on the show, instead of bringing them to a counselor. The kid's 12 years old. And then, I mean, it's kind of crazy. I just seen a video yesterday on the same subject. Lil Boosie, I don't know if you know who that is, but it's a rapper. He's from Baton Rouge. I never really liked him too much, kind of really thuggish, you know, more rapping or whatever. But he comes out with a video yesterday basically saying the same thing that we're all saying. Is like, Dwayne Wade, this guy is, your son is 12 years old. How he kept saying, don't cut off his pee-pee, but, you know, we're saying the other word, but don't cut off, you know, it's just, but it's crazy that now we got rappers that are going in and out of jail that have more sense than people that look like they had sense throughout their whole life. I mean, Dwayne Wade seemed like a really good guy. Obviously, we know different things now, but it's weird how the media, and I mean, the Ellen show, in my opinion, is just like the media. They, you know, they're out there and they're just portraying this narrative to keep us as victims, and it's got to stop.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I have no problem with people that, you know, want to, you know, do whatever they want to themselves and whatnot. But we have to realize that what I realized is that this is less than 1% of the population. Why do we care? Because, you know, if we get our rights back, you know, whether you're gay, straight, Muslim, Christian, whatever you are, whatever you want to label us, if we get our rights back, you can do whatever you want to do.
Exactly. And I agree. I mean, I'm the same way. If that's what you want to do with your life, that's fine. If Dwayne Wade would have been, you know, would have came out 6 to 8 years from now and said, hey, this is what happened, whatever. But you're going to go on to go and tell people, because a lot of these people, you know, a lot of people look up to these people and they do what they say. That's why, I mean, they think that, you know, you're going to listen to who they vote for and all that kind of thing. People are waking up to that now, thank God. But there's people out there that listen to these people. So could you just imagine one of his big time fans?
It's mind control.
Has his son come over and tell him that, and then that's what he's going to try to do.
Right.
You're not going to take him to a counselor.
Patty Bowen Solutions, you know, I do want to make sure that you understand that we don't trash any group. You missed the point. We do believe here on this show that where we go one, we go all means all.
100%. And I actually said that on my show the other day, is I'm not trashing any group out there. This is not about not liking that, you know, the transgender group or anything like that. It's nothing about that. If that's what you think you are, great. That's cool. Don't put it out in the media that this is how you handle it with your kids.
And this is a division point too. You know, this is what people are dividing about. You know, it's insane. You know, let's just focus on the task at hand, right? You can do whatever you want to do once we have a free country finally. You know, and you know, it's about decency. It's about it's good versus evil. Where we go, when we go. That's an interesting point too. And you know, that's an interesting point, Christian. It's really hard. That's a tough one too. You know, for me, and you know, because I know that this group is supported by the LGBTQ, and they start fighting against something that should be their right to do anyways, right? I mean, stay out of my bedroom. Same thing with the media. Stay out of my bedroom. Stay out of my pockets. Just report
Exactly.
facts, and that's what Christian and I think we're talking about here. Yeah, 0.0025 of the population is what they're talking about, Christian.
Wow.
By the way, black, white, no difference. 49 subscribers. Let's see if we got some more over there. Let me just refresh it. See what we got. Oh, we got 81 subscribers now, guys. That's it. There's 1,000 people watching here.
But
And
still, thank y'all. Thank
yeah.
y'all so much.
Yeah, thank you. Get over there because I'm gonna just play just a quick bit of it real quick. This is it. This is these guys right here. Let me just play a quick little snippet.
Coming back now are jobs that you're actually going and you're making really good money and that you can be proud of. Right? I mean, just for an example, Taco Bell. There is 6 Taco Bells around the country that in January had to hire managers, paying them six figures, over $100,000 to be a manager of Taco Bell at the store. Now, I know a bunch of people that used to manage fast food restaurants, and they made about 40, 50, maybe 55,000, something like that a year, right? But they worked 80 hours a week. They were on salary, they worked nonstop. But what's happening is these people that were in those management positions are actually getting better jobs, going and working in, better positions, not working 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week and making better money. So now Taco Bell is having to pay 6 figures in certain locations right now because they can't find quality managers. It's amazing. But so to get back to Donna Brazile, she in February of 2016, and actually I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen right quick, because
You can't really see it.
But you
can
know,
you see my screen?
yeah, we can see it right now. Here we go.
Most people pay half of what they make to rent.
So what's the point of her even really riding his coattail and patting him on the back for this whenever literally she sees that it's really half-lived? I mean, in this situation, okay, yeah, that's like, all right, yeah, my teacher hasn't really done too much in the past, right? But today he comes in there and he's got new books for us, right? But the new books that he got for us, literally half the pages are missing from it. So what is it worth?
So guys, Eric Thompson and Christian Supreme, black, white, no difference. This is their 4th episode, soon to be a lot more. We got Wednesdays and
Check out them
Saturdays.
likes, bro.
17.
And look at the hours.
66 views 17 hours ago. 17. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about, my brother. Nice
I see
job.
17s everywhere.
And look at it's 37 and 07. So 7 plus 7 is 14, and add 3. Is that a 17?
That's really crazy because that was definitely not meant to be.
Yeah, you just ended when it ended. See, that's what happens, guys. That's what happens. Christian, I know that you're a pretty amazing guy here. Getting to know you, we've got Mike Hess out there. Mike has been a longtime supporter. He actually lives in the same city, and I still haven't hooked up with him. And apparently, he's needing a prayer for mother's in-law. She's not doing well, so Mike Hess needs a prayer for his mother's in-law. Would you mind giving Mike Hess a prayer? Are you okay with doing that?
Yeah, I can do that real quick. Thank you, God, for healing Mike Hess's mother-in-law, for giving her the strength that she needs to get through this illness. Thank you for giving the family the strength to be there for her. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. Oh boy, God, I got chills. Mike, that's for you, my brother. Much love to your mother-in-law, and you have a lot of people right now praying for you and your mother-in-law, my friend. So thank you very much. Thank you for your support too, Mike. Thank you, Christian, for that. Wow, so we got, let me see what else we got here. Let me go back to my Q post. I'm sorry, I just wanted to show you this. This is Ronald Peterson. No T's and no O's. Wait, he's got T's and O's. I got no T's and no O's. But Ronald is getting ready to go to the World Arena, Colorado Springs, for a Trump rally, and that's today at 5 p.m. I believe that's local time there, so it would be 7 or 8 here. I'll check that out. God bless America. Where we go, one we go all, dark to light. Ronald, enjoy. Look at that. Look at the people. Look at the people already, guys.
That's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, I said it in a video this morning. Just look at the Trump rallies. Look at the rallies and the people that are going there, and the people that are standing outside before and during the show, during the rally. It's like President Trump said last night. This movement is like nothing that's ever happened before, at least not in modern times.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I wanted to also just just kind of touch base on this. I know it's been kind of my intheMatrixxx.com/QPost site actually kind of got messed up. So now we're using QAG.news, and that's the same site but moved over to a different server managed by Techmaster Q. It's probably the best site that I've ever used because the search is very good. I love it. And the guy's on top of it. But this is like a brainchild where myself, Shady, and Techmaster Q got together, and he's like, well, you use the Q posts all the time. What do you, Matrix, want to see in the Q posts? And he built it exactly how we wanted it to be. So it's QAGG.news, okay? That's what I use. Even if you have it open on your computer, it's going to go, and it's faster because I always struggled because when Q was posting, I'd get it, way late, right? So this one, that's why people are like, how do you get there first? Well, it's because I have this site, and we check every 17 seconds. Imagine that. So what I wanted to show you is this. Q used 3365. 3365 is not this post because my numbering was messed up. Right after this point, it's in June, late June, the numbering messed up, and this is from 7/8/19, right around 6:20 something. It messed up. Les Wexner, so we got that. I think it's also a dual message because what did Q post today? Let's go over here. Let's just go to the regular Q drops right here. And he says, here we go again. What happens when the billion media companies attack and miss? All for a few thousand followers? All for a conspiracy? A public awake is the greatest fear. Now, I've got people attacking me right and left. One, for supporting Serial Brain and LK Dark to Light. Two, because I actually had a speaking engagement at somewhere where even Roseanne spoke. Roseanne spoke on the same stage. Bill Cooper spoke on the same stage I did. And they're using that against me, trying to tie somebody else's stuff onto me. And they're using, weird, information and making stuff up about me. I'm a Christian man, and I love my family. I love my father. I know what's going on, okay? So whenever somebody supports me, and I don't know, Christian, if you can attest to this, but somebody will even mention me or support me, and all of a sudden they get a DM saying Matrix is bad.
Oh, yeah.
So they're trying to stop you guys from seeing me. You got that?
Oh, yeah, I got one.
Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Why is that? Because I think we're over the target, guys. I think we're very few in this YouTube community and on the web that really understand the 40,000 foot view. As United States of Q says, where we go one, we go all, does mean not some, it means all. And we've been attacked for that.
That's all you were trying to do when you went to that speaking engagement.
That's right. And I was, talking about the pay-sewers and the trusts and the cult, the real cult, right? And we were streamed to 70 countries as well, with translators, and they're telling me to slow down. I'm like, what do you mean you want me to slow down? What do you mean? I was messing with them a little bit, But amazing time. Roseanne spoke on that same stage. In fact, Red Pill 78 had Roseanne the other night, and apparently Jay-Z Knight saw that her friend Roseanne was on the show. So Roseanne gave her friend a tip saying, come back and see me sometime. I was in there. iPot was in there. Joe M was in there. Methods was in there. Red Pill 78 was in there. Neon Revolt was in there. So now are they Ramthas? With their logic, they would be, correct?
It would seem like, yes.
So did you know that Roseanne Barr also spoke on Jay-Z's stage?
I had no idea. I did not know that.
There you go. Roseanne Barr speaks at Ramtha School of Enlightenment. Students in 25 countries worldwide. Stay tuned here you go. So why didn't Red Pill attack her like he attacked me? Because Roseanne's not Ramtha. Roseanne is Roseanne. Jeff Peterson is Jeff Peterson. Wake up, people. Candace wants to say, wake up, America, vax, harm all. Yes, Candace, absolutely. We're all aware of that for sure. And Roseanne, so what I want to tell you guys is I think the reason why Q posted this post right here with 3365, if you go look at what the real 3365 is, it's this. It's where we go one, we go all. Pain. I think it's a call for unity for all the Joe M's, the Matrixx's, the Red Pill 78s, the Neon Revolts, the everybody, right? All the people that are out here talking about Q, to be together, not divided, united. Christian, do you have any thoughts on that?
Definitely. I mean, it's definitely united, not divided. Everything is where we go one, we go all. And just to bring up a little bit of the timestamp stuff that I've been doing over the last 3 or 4 days, at least 3 or 4 of POTUS's tweets had led to Q posts that are talking about where we go one, we go all, or stay together, divided we're weak, together we're strong, things like that. I do post them when things like that and they all come in, I do post them on my Twitter. But and then today, one of the last ones that I was able to do, I don't know if it was his last tweet or not, because then I was dealing with the show, but it actually pointed to a Q post from Q Plus.
Let me go to your. In fact,
I
need to get everybody to your Twitter too. So I'm going to go to your Twitter right now, Christian. Hang on one second. Let me get it on screen for you. There you go. There's Christian Supri, CHRISTIAN SUPRE 9, and that's him on Twitter right there. And the mods will drop that. Where do you want me to go? Are you down here?
Yeah, a little bit down.
Look at you, rocking and rolling. All right, here we go.
No, not that one. That's if you want to click on that one, that's the one where I think he was saying, kind of giving blessings to, what was his name? Irvin Julian?
Yes,
Look at the man post.
The man last night.
We're with you, Patriot. We honor your service to our great country. Without people like you, the world would be lost. Godspeed, Q.
Wow. And explain people what the timestamp sauce is, because it's pretty new to all of us here. Just give us a quick, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically the timestamp sauce, for one, the very first thing that you got to make sure you do is it has to be in Eastern time. So like I'm in Central time. So if I go to, President Trump's tweets, it's going to say my time and not Central time. But if you go to this Trump Twitter archive, it'll give you the Eastern time. So that's why I use this. And basically you just go, you take, so 737, you go to post 737, and then they have a plus 1200 rule to where you just add 1200 to, 737. That's how you get 1937.
I see.
And
okay.
If President Trump tweets in a thread, then you add the plus 2400 rule to that. So you'll do the regular post, the plus 1200 rule, and the plus 2400 rule, and you're pretty much just using your own discernment on what matters right now and what doesn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, and that's interesting. So that was last night this morning at 7:37. So we go to 7:37, and that says, I hope someday Patriots, vets, and Anons get the respect we deserve. Marine Anons have felt betrayed by the same people we're willing to die to protect. I felt lost until you showed up in October. Thank you from the depths of my heart. We are with you, Patriot. We honor your service to our great country. Without people like you, the world would be lost. Godspeed. And then you add 1200 to that, so 737 plus 1200 is 1937, and it says witch hunt, no deals, Q. I love it. Love it.
So see, I think both of those have obviously have meaning.
So here's another one talking about where we go when we go all here, right?
Right. The 1200 rule is Q plus.
So this is a tweet that our president sent at 8:39 plus 1,200 is 2,039. And it says, where we go one, we go all. We the people, from sea to shining sea. Let freedom ring, patriots. It's your time. If America falls, the world falls. United we stand. God bless you all. Q plus. And then the actual regular one here, 839 is, do you trust the MSM? Do you trust Facebook? Do you trust Google? Do you trust YouTube? Do you trust Twitter? Narrative. Censorship. Do not blindly believe. We were just talking about this right now. People making up shit about other people. Right? And then DMing you saying, oh, Christian's bad. Matrixxx is bad.
Right.
I'm done, guys. You guys saw through it. Thank you very much. All right, so they want you divided. Together you are strong, apart you are weak. Organize, challenge, fight. Do you think Antifa was grown organically? Purpose? Watch the news this week. Q. That's very beautiful, guys. And I've always said, Christian, that I went on other people's shows. I went on the Patriots soapbox. They now have me blocked and I'm on a list that I can't even go on there anymore. They attacked me for this crazy crap that doesn't mean where we go one, we go all. So this is what I'm saying, guys. I'm calling for unity. Joe M has me blocked. Methods has me blocked. Red Pill won't respond to me. I am putting out an olive branch. And I love you all. And that's basically what I got to say about that. Did you know, Christian, that was really interesting too? Wexner bought a town.
A town?
Wexler bought a town. Billionaire behind Victoria's Secret built his version of the American heartland. Some CEOs buy sports teams. Wexner bought his new town of New Albany, Ohio.
Wow.
That's pretty interesting, right? Hat tip to Kiwi Patriot for this. But yeah, guys, I just kind of needed to speak out on that because people don't realize that,
bought his town.
Yeah, pretty well, right?
Wow. So I guess he's the law, huh?
Right. He's the law.
So he gets to do what he wants there.
Right. He can traffic anybody he wants. Yeah. And I was actually there when I want to just quickly just show you this too. This is Neon Revolt. He's a wrench in here. This is Hello, My Dear Friend, talking about Roseanne, guys. They didn't even thank her for $200. So, united, not divided, guys. All right, guys. Yeah, I'd move out too, Dave, if I knew that I was in here, right? But guys, that's that's the message of unity, folks. If anybody attacks any other patriot, they're not a patriot.
Agreed.
That's not what we do. I'm not here to sit here and attack anybody else that wants to vote for Donald Trump. I'll attack people that are against Donald Trump, like the deep state, but not each other. I, Jeffrey Peterson, am voting for Donald J. Trump. I, Jeffrey Peterson, have a show that you lovely people are here and have an account that has 106,000 followers, and I am voting for Donald J. Trump. I'm also on Hillary's top 200 list. So I know people go, oh, yeah, right, well, whatever, but I'm being attacked and I'm on Hillary's top 200 list, and people attack me after I tell them that I'm on top 200 list. Start to learn, guys. Use logic. Use logic. Yes, Red Pill 78 is for Donald J. Trump. Cowboy. Yes. That's why I love him. That's why I love him. That's why I love all you guys. All right? Anybody that's for Donald J. Trump is good in my book. Christian.
Same with me. That's what I was talking to my dad yesterday, and he was saying he talked to somebody, and he don't really follow Q, but I keep him up with it. And he's like, as I'm talking, it was his cousin. As I'm talking to him, yeah, he follows Trump and he knows, what he's doing is so good, but he don't have a clue about the stuff you're letting me in on and what's going on, what's really going on. I said, well, Dad, some people don't need to know. And some people won't want to know. And Q always tells us it's going to be your right, it's going to be up to you to want to to know. I can't think of the exact thing he says normally right now, but how's he say it? Well, whatever. But yeah, I mean, if you're voting for President Trump, you're good with me. And really, even if you're not, you're good with me because
Everybody's going to have their own awakening.
Wake up.
Right? Yeah. Everybody has their own awakening point, correct?
Right. Exactly. Just some of us wake up before. Some of us, I mean, I think a lot of people, it's their ego getting in the way. They don't want to admit that they've been lied to.
Right. That's true. That's true. And I think there's, also a plan to try to control the narrative of the movement, according to that Q post.
Right.
And I don't have any, except for truth. I guess that's my only motivation. All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. And if it's a fact, it's a fact. I want to actually find this real quick because I wanted to. We're going to talk to. Hopefully, we're going to have the. We're going to do the rally again tonight, guys. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan. David Jones hit me up in the Q Army chat, and if y'all not in that Q Army chat, supporting it with the Discord, go ahead and join that. We have a blast in there. A lot of good things happen in there. But he told me, he's saying to bring back up the post 3365.
Okay.
With the Where We Go When We Go All signage. I'm not really exactly sure what he's trying to say.
He's saying that Q used my Q post that was misnumbered, and it's 3365, and this is what it is. Is that correct, David?
But he's saying something about I think he's saying something about yours says 7-11, but the other one says 7-10-30. And it's a whole different
All right, let me go back. Let me go back to this. Hang on one second, guys. So let's do a live dig. Here's the... Okay, here it is. So this is my post right here. It says 1633. Well, that's just a different time zone. See? 1633. And then this one is...
But no, go back. Maybe it's on that one right here. Hold on.
1911.
So,
I got a 1911.
Right. So 1911
is 7-11.
Pain. He said something about pain.
Yep, right there. Look at pain.
All right. Yeah.
Maybe get a little bit more on that for us. But I believe Shady will hopefully be back tonight for the rally. I'd love to see you guys again tonight. We're going to check it out. I actually want to say that Shady actually met Mac, if Mac is out there. Pretty amazing. And also met Lori Bango. And Lori Bango has a great song. And this is called The Great Awakening, guys. There's a couple good songs. Lori Bango.
Sheep no more, dark to light. The storm is here, eyes open wide. Can't you see it's happening?
Hey, Mac.
The world is watching. Godspeed, Patriots. It's the great awakening. The shot heard around the world. Eyes on Patriots. Stay strong, stay united. Together we stand. Fight, fight, fight. Are you awake? It's time to rise. Learn the truth, stay in the light. We the people must reclaim what is rightfully ours. We are with you. Godspeed, Patriots. It's the great awakening. The shot heard around the world. Eyes on Patriots. Stay strong, stay united. Together we stand. no skin color, we are one. And we stand for freedom, we stand for what's right, we stand for justice, we stand for life. Godspeed, Patriots. It's the great awakening, the shot heard around the world. I saw Patriots. Stay strong, stay united. Together we stand. Fight, fight, fight. Oh, fight, fight, fight. Oh, fight, fight, fight. Oh.
Fight, fight, fight.
Go. They said, let's go. Boom, boom, boom.
Charging forward, let's go. Boom, 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 guys. Amazing show today. Christian, thank you very much. Looks like we've got, over here, we've got 137 subscribers. I'm going to go ahead and see if, I'm going to refresh it right now. And let's see who the next subscriber is. Here we go. 137 still. Who's going to get over there? Who's going to be 138? Let me hear a 138. Who's got the 138? Here, 137. Let's hear a 138. Come on, let's see a 138. Oh, guys, you're killing me. You're killing me.
Thank you all, though. For real. Thank y'all.
Christian, you're doing a wonderful thing, and thank you guys very much. Hopefully we'll have... Okay, JR Arizona is 138. Let me just double check. JR Arizona, still 137. I don't know. Link.
I wouldn't doubt
they need
it,
the
bro.
link because the mods are dropping it like it's hot. There's the link right there, guys. 138. Bob Lon says he's 138. Let's thank Bob Lon if he is 138. Christian, here we go. Boom.
Let's see. We might see in live
Boom.
time.
Oh, we still got 139. I was 129, says Mike Hess. Go ahead.
Can you say censorship?
Censorship.
We're watching right now. We're watching.
Boom, 139. Carly Bonet was 138. I'm not cashed. I refreshed. See? It works. See that? You guys right. Carly Bonet just 144. You guys rock. Thank you guys very much. Because I got to just tell you, Christian Supreme, got to hang out with him, got to know him quite a bit. An amazing person. Get over to our Facebook channel, The Matrixxx Groove Hour, facebook.com/TheMatrixxx Groove Hour, guys. And head over there, guys. Really would like to see more interaction over there. I don't even think Carly's following The Matrixxx Groove Hour. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Carly, here's the link for you, Carly. Get over there, so I can, so we can get united, get together, and maybe get some more stuff. Please pray for Mr. S. He has been stress test for half an hour now. Tracy S. Prayers for Mr. S. that he passes the stress test, and if it is something that he can just change his diet, change his lifestyle a little bit, So just want to make sure you guys are, protected as well. Christian, again, thank you. We're going to get out of here with our new show called For the Republic. This video was made and given as a gift to Shady and I from LK Dark to Light. Christian, thank you for being on today.
Man, you're welcome. Thank you for having me. It was a 100% honor.
Let's see some 17s for Mr. Christian Supreme. Here we go as we get out of here. It kind of rhymes. 17 for Supreme. Thank you, Christian. Look at all the 17s for you, my brother. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. Please share and like. Supreme on his YouTube. Mods will drop the links one more time. Also his Twitter. Thank you very much. Get over to the Matrixxx Groove Hour on Facebook, at Shady Groove with 3 O's on Twitter, at intheMatrixxx with 3 X's. Please support us if you can. We got Teespring. We got redpillliving.com/intheMatrixxx. Matrixx for 10% off. Patreon. YouTube chat. Join. Head over to our Discord and chat with us. Hang out with us, folks. Much love. See you tomorrow or tonight for the rally. Peace.